What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I'm Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And you are now entering the Matrix. So, James, if you take the red pill, you will get to review this movie. If you take the blue pill, we will shut this video off and nobody will even know that we existed.
Fuck this, I'm going home.
He's taking a red pill. So we're going to review The Matrix Resurrections. But before we do that, we have an intro. All right, we have returned. We have returned to talk about Matrix Resurrections.
You know what is funny?
Resurrection. Is it Resurrection or Resurrections?
Resurrection.
Yes. Okay. What is plural?
Whenever anyone does like the red pill or the blue pill, all I can think of is a web video from back in the day.
Oh, Mr. T.
Called The Matrix Has You. It's like when it gets to the point, it's like, if you take the red pill, this. If you take the blue pill, this. And shut up and give me that candy. Dude eats both of them and his head fucking pops off.
Well, now you know. Don't take both pills. So, anyway, Matrix 4, man, it dropped today on HBO Max. Go check it out. If you ain't, this is a non-spoiler review. We're going to do a spoiler discussion on it, so check out our spoilers if you want to know in detail what we think about this movie. But we're going to jump into this review. First off, before we show this little teaser, did you like it or not?
It was a fun watch.
Yeah. It was stuff there that I thought, oh yeah, I'm having a little fun here, and there was stuff there like, we don't need this. I say, man, I'm 50-50 on it, but
that's fair.
We'll talk in detail about it. But before we do that, we're gonna watch this. We're gonna watch this little teaser. So I'll give you a little thoughts, a little look at what the movie looked like if you ain't seen the teaser yet. So we're gonna watch the little teaser, then we're gonna be back with our full review.
This is the moment for you to show us what is real right now. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Could be. This is the first day of the rest of your life. But if you want it, you gotta fight for it.
Do you remember how you got here? You've lost your capacity to discern reality from fiction. What's real is here and now. Anything else is just your mind playing tricks on you. It becomes a problem when fantasies endanger us. We don't want anyone to get hurt, do we?
All right. Matrix Resurrections. That was a little bit. Maybe I should show the full trailer. They didn't really give you much. But, hey, we didn't want to take that much time off. Y'all can't wait to hear us. Y'all don't want to see the trailer again, right? But, okay, so start this movie off, and I don't want to give away too much, but it started off with something that's very familiar, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? Is it so? I mean, they kind of gave you a little something different there, though, when it was from another POV.
Yeah.
But was that cool for you? How they started off?
I started off being very annoyed by it. As I started understanding what the mechanism was, I'll say, behind that scene, I kind of enjoyed that. I didn't enjoy the callback, but I enjoyed the mechanism of the scene.
Yeah, and so like I'm watching it, and I'm like, are you guys gonna just do this again, or what the, And then it was a little different, with there, but I didn't need that. I feel like you need to just start going in a whole nother direction. We saw this already. We know this. Let's just take this car and let's go in a whole nother direction. You know what I'm saying?
I did mean to ask, did you know who that was in that scene, though?
Who, in the beginning?
Yeah.
No.
That was Christina Ricci.
From the Addams Family?
Yeah.
I heard she was in this movie, but I didn't think that was her
Yeah, that's her.
doing the
Yep.
fighting and stuff.
Yep. The character's name is Gwen DeVere, but yeah.
Is she in the whole movie?
No, that's the
Just
only,
that part?
yes,
Okay.
that's-
Because I'm
yeah.
looking like, did I miss? Because when they go in the Matrix, they hair look so stupid
Yeah,
that I could be like, oh,
like,
that's the same
Folks
person?
will look completely different. Like, what the hell? Yeah, but yeah.
So I'm just saying, I could have been like looking at her and not knowing that was her. Because this one character got the dumbest looking hair I ever seen. And I was like I guess that's supposed to be trendy. And that probably took a long time to do, too.
Probably. Yeah.
So that,
Like, there's a lot of that in this movie. Though. It's like, why does that look like? Like, that took.
I guess that's supposed to be cool. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, that's just like
That's one of those things only cool to you.
The shades from the original movie were custom made for the movie, and
The-
if you go back and look at them, they look terrible.
The what now? The
Like
shades?
the sunglasses, all the
Oh,
sunglasses
everybody's sunglasses.
everybody's sunglasses was
Well,
custom made.
Morpheus sunglasses kind of dope.
Morpheus, okay, that's Morpheus. All his stuff was clean.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause
But-
my dude had gators on.
You know what I'm
so,
saying?
Yeah.
That dude's coat and his katana matched. Okay.
Okay, speaking of that Morpheus, we got a
Yeah.
new Morpheus. And we know we got a new Morpheus. Here he is with the
Yeah.
what color suit is that?
I'm pretty sure I don't know what
He
that
was
color
loud
is.
as hell with his
Yeah.
suits.
Like, I
And
mean, dude was looking like Fashion Week.
I'm thinking like, nah, bro.
Every
If you
shot.
supposed to be Morpheus, why you got that tacky shit on?
Yeah, because his stuff was never like buttoned up and clean. It was always loud and flared.
What?
and
And what's the other scene when he got the Joker's colors on?
yeah, like
He got the
man's
maroon suit with the yellow. I mean, with the maroon suit with the green vest.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that the Joker?
Like, even when Morpheus had something like that, it was dark
Man.
shades with like a
Morpheus was
contrast
color
tie.
coordinated. His
Yeah.
stuff was dope.
Like I have no complaints about Morpheus from the original.
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne was clean.
Yeah, I
okay?
got some thoughts about this Morpheus.
This man
So
was
without spoiling it, we just gonna say it's a Morpheus. It's I don't even know how, because I'm trying to talk about it without
yeah.
saying exactly the plot. But the thing is, let's just say, okay, he is Morpheus, and they kind of gave him the same role as the other Morpheus, right?
Yeah.
And like we said, the problem was, okay, did you like how he played it?
No.
Besides, I was
well,
about to say the same thing.
Like,
Besides the way he looked,
Yeah.
the way he played it.
because like every time they made it clear he was Morpheus, it took me out.
Not only that, but the problem I had was the constant flashes
Yeah.
of the original.
Yeah.
They did it constantly. Every time it was like, it's almost like they was trying to tell you, remember this? But even like when they did in the Star Wars, they didn't flash to
Yeah.
the original
And-
stuff.
And also, it's one thing to do a flashback, right? That's not what we're talking about. You're in a scene. You're watching the scene. Then there's flashes of the scene. That scene is a callback to, interspersed in the scene.
Man, it's almost like they spliced it they just like took a DVD and then they spliced it in the film
Yeah.
of the original film. It was stupid.
Yeah. Even
And they did it all through the movie.
and it's like there's a couple of times where it doesn't feel like the right place to call back to the scene of the flashback.
Yeah.
And then there's places where it is the right scene and it feels wrong because you don't need the flashback.
I know. I'm if you're gonna give me into something that's okay, so they had a scene where I guess when he first met Morpheus, right?
Yeah.
In the original.
Yeah.
And so they kind of they kind of did that in here, and then and then I was like, okay, I didn't care for it, but then they flashed to the original one. I was like, why did they do that? Why the hell did they do that?
And then they called it out.
I know.
Like,
why did they do that?
So you got the scene in this movie, the flash of the original, and the callback of, yeah, I know originally it happened like this, but this is what we got now. It's like, I didn't need none of this.
Okay, right. So, and I don't think this is
It's not quite
spoiling it
show.
because it's like they kind of broke the fourth wall a little.
Yeah.
Because okay, we can do something about the plot. They was Neo is made a game called The Matrix. Basically, in that universe, The Matrix was 3 games, just like the movie. Yeah. So they know of The Matrix from a game, which what we know of, same thing. Pretty much, I guess the game played out just like the movie, or whatever. Yeah. So that was kind of like, okay, cool. And then they said they had a scene where they basically said, which probably, what's her name, Lana? What's her name? Lawrence was her first.
I don't remember.
Okay, Lana Wachowski. Probably the conversation she probably had with the boss of Warner Brothers was like, or whoever her boss is, where she's like,
listen, one way or another, Warner Brothers is going to make this.
You're actually, that was exact words.
Like,
Warner
those
Brothers.
are the exact words.
I know you said you ain't gonna make no more sequels, but Warner Brothers gonna make it with or without you.
I know you said you were done, but our bosses at Warner Brothers are going to make this sequel. So either do you want to steer this in the right direction, or do you want them to do whatever they're gonna do?
Right.
Like,
and that was like when you, and that kind of like give you no choice, or you could just say forget it, but they're gonna tear your stuff apart if you don't get involved.
Either you can you can at least keep a hand on the wheel,
right?
You know?
Right. So it was funny. I feel like that's a conversation that happened, and they just put it in the movie.
That's one of those lines that ends up in the movie. It's like, oh, that's funny, but that wasn't a joke.
Yeah. But no. So this is where it started to get to that soft reboot territory, right?
Yeah.
Because they did a scene that was straight from the original, where the original where he had to where they first they was trying to get hold of Neo, and they was like, they coming in your building. They called him on the phone, but this one they text him. Yeah. Because at that time texting wasn't a thing. So they called him, was like, yeah, turn this way, turn that way, whatever. The same way, and then they played that off. They played that out a little different, but that was a same scene and that was like, okay, soft reboot. We looking at soft reboot, and it's kind of making me mad because everything kind of started playing in that same direction of Neo's woken up, and then he's, whoa, what's this? Whoa, what's that? I mean, haven't we been on this ride before?
Yeah, and I don't.
Stop me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. And I spent this whole movie trying to figure out, is it okay that they are admitting that they're doing it? And I don't.
That's how they try to get themselves out.
Yeah, it's like
by joking about it.
Yeah, it's like I don't. As someone who didn't need this movie in the first place, and then watching the movie, do not need to have to be walked through the original trilogy again.
Yeah. And constantly giving you flashes of the original just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
I just want to get to the plot. That's it. I just want to see what happens presently in the movie. I don't need you to tell me, hey, remember back when this happened? This is what was going on. No. Miss me with that.
Right. And that's what I was thinking, like, y'all gonna soft reboot this, but you gonna try to be clever by calling it out. But I don't need to see that no more. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then, so we could talk about something about the characters. We got Bugs. Do you know her real name?
No, I do not.
But she's kind of like the main character for real.
Yeah.
And
she's kind of cool too.
Right. And I was like, I like her. She's a good protagonist. Let's follow her. But they kind of have her just to push Neo or whatever, and I was like,
Okay, so her name is Jessica Henwick.
right, Jessica Henwick. Yeah. So I was thinking like, I like her. Let's see what's going on with her. I want to follow her, but it's not about her. She's just there to help the main protagonist, and that's what I was like. Okay, y'all missing opportunities, man, with these new characters because the thing is, you can make new characters and you can go forward in this universe.
They even I think do these characters as grave disservice because they tease that these characters have lives and connections.
Yeah.
And then they never go into
They don't. But then again, when we get to out of the Matrix scenes, it's the same shit. It's the same shit that's in the other movies where they got the character of my God. I'm just gonna call him Black Dude. Like they always got a black dude answering the phone, right?
Let me see if I can.
They don't. I don't need to know his name because your name. Look, your name is Black Dude. It's like, what's up? My name is Black Dude. It's like,
homeboy off of what was that? Was that? Ah, damn! I'm blanking on the movie. Not Another Teen Movie.
oh yeah. The token black guy. Yeah. But he got the same role though. Man, y'all can't do this no more, man. You had a black dude in every movie answering the damn phone. He can't get out the guy in the chair. But he's like, yeah, my name is, I didn't even hear what his name was.
Sequoia.
I don't care what is it. Your name is Black Dude. Oh, that's racist. I don't care because it's always a black dude answering the phone, man. I'm sick of it. It's driving me nuts.
You know it's a real shame too, because the only bit of character
Operator.
Remember that shit? But it's he's got one good character moment in the whole movie, and it's just him explaining his tattoo.
Man,
and then it's done.
Man, you know what they do? You know what the black dude role is? It's the churn the click on the click up, do the old clickety clack. The old clickety clack and cheer them on.
Yeah.
You can do it, man. I got you. Oh man, hold on.
I will say,
here we go. Man, I was about to say sit your ass down, but that's all you've been doing.
And that wouldn't be as bad if he wasn't in damn near every shot in this movie.
Man, I'm so bad.
He's almost in every shot doing
like
nothing.
The idea of putting his image in the Matrix now instead of just having him talk to him over the phone, because he was even worse by just talking to him over the phone. I got your exit. It's always in a shitty place. It's in the alley. It's in the alley behind the wall in the dumpster.
Yeah. It's in this.
Did you cut off? No, it's. I can hear me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
Okay, there we go. That or it's okay, this is an abandoned apartment building that's falling down. If you go up to the 15th floor into the bombed out room, there's a phone somewhere in there.
I mean, God, why did it have to always be of course, for drama, it's got to be in a difficult place to get to.
I think the story reason was it needed to be a
just give me a door to go through.
I think the story reason was it needed to be a part of the Matrix that wasn't regularly patrolled, so it'd always be a place no one went to. But I'm like, come on, man.
All right,
come on now. Go to this one pay phone.
Yeah, but no.
I'm glad they didn't try to force that stuff back in.
Yeah, but okay, so a lot of that was the same though when they introduced them to the new to the people out the Matrix, and of course in the Matrix they sleek and clean, and out the Matrix they all dirty and scruffy, and it was the same kind of deal. Hey, my name's. You're the one, huh?
Hey, what's up, man? Big fan. I've heard great things. I'm so-and-so. I do this. By the way, you should go talk to them. It's
yeah, and that's all you'll see from me.
Hey, my name is so-and-so. You won't see me until 5 minutes before the end of the movie. Have a good one.
But if I'm lucky, I get to sacrifice myself for a dramatic moment. Cool, huh?
Hey there, my name's Bane. I'm going to get taken over by Agent Smith in the last movie. No one's going to know my name until then either, but we're going to act like I've been cool with y'all the whole time.
Right. What's the dude on Suicide Squad that was with them? They said, wait, who was that? The dude
Slipknot?
No. On the new movie.
Oh.
The dude that went in with him, he was driving the car, but he went in with him and they forgot he was there. They were like, what? Who the hell is that? They said, he's been with us the whole time. But anyway,
Oh man.
but no, seriously, it was half a soft reboot. They kind of did a little something different at the end.
Yeah.
The third act was decent, but that second act was just a soft reboot.
Well, because like it wasn't until the very end of the second act that the movie like gave you something new.
Yeah,
So it's like you spend more than half of this movie like, yes, no, I remember I watched the original trilogy. I know what the Matrix is.
yeah, and then they gave some callbacks, of course.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that, but they gave a callback with a character from the second one. You said, I swear to God, I'm like, who is this? I do not know who
took
this
me a minute, 'cause,
is.
like it like, and he was talking all kinds of mess.
He must have been like, is he real popular or something?
I
mean, I do remember that character, but when they showed,
I remember that character's wife,
Monica Bellucci.
Monica Bellucci.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Right, she didn't come back.
Like-
but
You know, like because she had the dopest line in that whole movie to me. Is like when she said, "You still got her lipstick on you." What? I didn't mean on your face. Like, oh shit, you've been caught, man.
Right.
But yeah, it's like I didn't know any of that bit was like popular.
right, maybe it was. I don't know, but that whole scene was bad. Like that scene played out like it looked like okay. First off, where they was fighting it, they was just in a cheap warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the action.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the action. Not impressed.
Well, because like, and this is what we talked about when we did the trailer. You're coming off of a franchise that revolutionized a genre. You
Yeah.
invented techniques that everybody copied off of.
Right, right.
So you can't just come in and make a generic clone of your own movie, because we've seen them all already.
Yeah, that action, like you said, and it's kind of it's kind of sad that everybody copied them so much, so you can't really top the action.
Yeah.
And I would have been okay with it if they would have kept the tension going, but they just threw action there just to have action in there.
Yeah.
Like that moment, like we was talking about with that French guy showing up again, and it was like, oh, this is about to be an action moment, and the people they look like Lost Boys. They look like
They look
Peter
like
Pan
some
and Lost
grown-up
Boys.
That's
yeah,
what they was.
They was just like dudes dressed up in
old
raggedy
ass Lost Boys.
Yeah. That was so bad. That wardrobe was so
But
bad.
It's like the worst thing about it is like I'm looking at the Merovingian when he comes back, who was like the only one of the exiles that had lines.
Yeah.
It's like you can see he tried to hold on to like his status, so he's got like jewelry on and everything.
I guess.
But like, but all this is like on top of rags.
And right. And so they have a little fight scene and they do a couple of flips and stuff. Which, by the way, the flips they was doing there is like it's outdated because
How many times can you watch someone flip off of a wall?
not okay. So it is the Matrix, so you can defy gravity a little,
But it's the same flip.
I know. But
Everyone does the same flip.
I know the cartwheel, or like okay, so he's running, dodging bullets, and he just kind of like flip sideways or whatever. But it's so clear he's on a wire.
Yeah.
And that was cool for back then because we didn't know how it was done.
Yeah.
Now we know how it's done. It looks stupid.
Yeah.
Is it?
And like they don't have like the pedigree of having like Yin Wu Ping working
Right.
with them.
At least get some momentum going and do the flip. But the dude didn't even do. He just kind of. He just, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, that looks like crap.
Yeah.
You know, okay, I give it some leeway because in the Matrix maybe he can kind of float his body or something.
Sure.
Right. And that's me being nice.
Yeah.
But the way it looks bad because if you can at least put a stunt double that can do the flip without a wire and just do a little flying cartwheel.
Because that's all it is.
Right, it's a flying cartwheel,
Like,
but he's clearly being held up on a wire and turned around.
Like I would even say if like, and I don't know what their shooting situation was like because they shot during the pandemic, but I would have said just put that thing on a rotating
Clearly.
gimbal, and you can just set up a hallway or whatever,
Yeah.
and then just rotate it around the actor.
it looks funny. Like Yaya he's got to be about 6'3" or so.
Yeah.
He's pretty tall.
Yeah.
And seeing his long legs, it's like me doing it while I'm doing a flip. I'm just going, you know what I'm saying?
Like
I'll
you'd be better served by just stepping to the side.
stepping to the side.
Yeah.
But no, he's going to do a cartwheel for no damn reason. His big tall ass do a
You're
cartwheel.
still in the shot. You're still in the shot.
He didn't get out of the line of fire. You didn't get out of the line of fire by doing that damn cartwheel, dude. You actually gave yourself a more of a target by doing that cartwheel.
Honestly, you should have gotten shot at least 3 times more by doing the cartwheel. Like you stayed stationary doing the cartwheel, so you didn't get out of the line of
Long
fire
story
either.
short is we didn't need the cartwheel, man. Just
Like they did the cartwheel because it's a Matrix movie.
exactly.
And you can tell that they did the cartwheel because it's a Matrix movie. It didn't feel like the solution the shot called for.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
And okay, but when the what's her girl the
Bugs.
Asian Bugs when she
Yeah.
did the cartwheel, it worked
Yeah.
because she's small, she's small and agile.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And cool.
I'll even say like I like the way they choreograph her fights because she takes advantage of that.
Yeah.
Like she stays very mobile. She's not like coming in like doing hammer blows, like
Right.
because she knows that it ain't gonna do nothing.
Right,
So it's
right.
like, but then like they have him fight like when he fights Neo, and we saw that in one of the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
He's using his range, he's using his size, but then every other fight you see him in, he's trying to like be really fast and all that. Like, bro, you too big.
Yeah,
for all
well,
this.
they
It doesn't
keep
look
on.
good.
Well, they doing like we said, they doing unnecessary stuff just to show you because it's Matrix.
Because it's Matrix.
And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you can have him shoot, but think about it. You know what I'm saying? Use style. So she get to do the flips and have Yaya doing different stuff.
Yeah.
You know, more power moves.
Yeah.
More, because sometimes less is better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't it cool when you see in Kung Fu movies, person do all the flip kicks and all this stuff, and the master let him do all that stuff, and he do one move and wow, and drop him.
Or like even sometimes like when they'll have the one guy who's just a boxer,
Yeah.
everybody else is doing like butterfly kicks, and this dude just rocks up like Dempsey rolling and knocks him out.
And step to the side, let you do all this, and wow, you know what I'm saying? Cool. I
Yeah.
like that. Just start using your head on some things. You ain't got to be flashy on everything. So, the action was, they had some cool moments, but it was kind of subpar, especially because we've seen so much action.
Yeah.
And it's not too much they can show us that we ain't seen now. In the 20 years since the original Matrix, it's nowhere they could have go. So it's not really their fault. You know what I'm saying?
But like,
all the
I feel
superhero
like-
movies, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
But I
it's
feel like
nothing you have to do.
that's one of the reasons why I feel like they shouldn't have made this movie like they were making a Matrix movie. They should have just written a script and then figure out what makes sense for the scenes they want to shoot.
Yeah.
Don't say, well, this is the Matrix, so this, just what does the scene call for?
So they had a cool scene with Bugs, where they showed her falling off the building and
Yeah.
dodging gunfire. That was dope, right?
Yeah.
But I think when they try to go practical, I wasn't feeling it. It's just too
Yeah.
obvious when they go practical.
Yeah. Well, because one, I feel like that scene would have worked better for me if they had found a different resolution for it. The way they solved it it feels like it should have worse consequences.
Yeah. But they're in the Matrix.
They're in the Matrix. But it's like she does, she showcases some great problem solving, cool action, and then just a sloppy finish.
Right. So it was another part where, basically they was where is this? Oh, we're here. I was like, this is pulled directly from the original. That made me so mad because I'm like, I don't want to see this again because I feel like we've been there with Neo. We don't need to see the Neo learning stuff again.
Yeah.
That's crap.
Even to the point of we got to get you back on your stuff. It's y'all done been through 15 different parts of the Matrix by now. This dude still hasn't gotten it.
Well, I'm gonna give Keanu Reeves. He played this role. It's almost like he's still
exactly
Neo.
the way he.
And then somebody was like, "Well, that's just him." I was like, "No, not really," because they was like, "No, he don't act like that in John Wick."
also it's people put a lot of that on like, well, no, he's just doing him. It's like, nah, watch this dude do interviews
and watch,
and
other movies.
and watch his other movies. Like
His mannerisms, his way of speaking is just the same way as he was as Neo. I still know Kung Fu. Like his...
I still know Kung Fu. like I didn't trip off of it in the trailer, but like when you get that line in the movie, it's like I didn't realize that he was surprised. Like I thought he was just trying to. He thought he was being like witty. I'm like, no,
yeah, right.
No, he's shocked.
Right.
He didn't know.
We can't really tell because he ain't got no range. Like we don't know his emotion.
All I can draw from is like the spacing of the words. Like if it was, I still know Kung Fu. Like, but it's like I still know Kung Fu.
Oh Lord, this boy, 20 years, he's still fucking in it. But look, it's cool though. He made it his thing that he can't act.
Oh man,
right? But you're right though, because I didn't know. I thought it was him being witty in the first one. Like he kicked somebody. Yeah, I still know Kung Fu, bitch.
Yeah.
No, it was. I still know Kung Fu. Wow, what is this?
It's like in the scene, like he really needed to still know Kung Fu. So it's like, I still know Kung Fu. Like. I can't not say it like that now. I was doing fine before we started, but now I got to do it like that every time. Fucking Point Break. Oh, God. Oh, shit.
All right, man. But look, Carrie Ann Moss did all right, I guess.
She collected a check.
Right. See, now, like I said, we could talk more detail about the spoiler, but it was more like they wanted to be about Keanu Reeves and Carrie Ann Moss characters.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, we done with that, man. Let's move on. Because like I said, these other characters was interesting.
Yeah.
But you didn't give them enough to go on, you know?
Like they needed characters to make a movie, so they wrote these characters.
Yeah.
And then they made the movie about everything but these characters.
Right.
Feels like a waste.
So they did kind of answer questions about sentient life. Can digital life be sentient and all that stuff?
Well, because like was it Resolutions? What was the third one?
Even you can go to the second one where they introduce characters that was programs.
Well, yeah, no,
but they
I know
actually was like,
but like
you know, a lot. They had
towards the end of the third one was when he went to make a truce with Deus Ex Machina, the god of the machines,
right.
That whole. But it's like so. Like,
how'd you like that? Oh, go ahead.
But like so, that was what was supposed to get them the truce with the machines.
Right.
And so that was supposed to lead.
Architect explained that, right?
Did he? I couldn't tell. 15 paragraphs.
He just like hearing himself talk.
Clearly.
But what was your point?
I did love the reference to the architect. It's like,
yeah.
Look, he liked it like this. We don't do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I look at it, I'm like, okay, cool. I mean, it's like, because like it's not like you get it's one of those things where like they tell you something you're supposed to feel a certain way about, and they don't make you feel a certain way about it.
Right.
I said, okay, cool. So there's good machines and programs now.
Right.
I mean, I still don't buy the way they had the programs.
Yeah.
You know.
They had some other stuff, and I don't. You know, I'm gonna talk more about it in the spoilers, man. But obviously they had some things that was so inconsistent, and I'm like, okay, I'm willing to just whatever.
It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever. So you know, and we're gonna wrap up. The third act had some nice little action scenes on it, but it wasn't better than the second one, as far as because they had like a freeway chase or whatever, the second one had the best freeway chase,
of course,
and it honestly wasn't better than none of their movies.
No, it's the worst movie in the franchise.
Yeah, because I'm looking like, man, because what's the name of what's the third one? Resolutions.
I think so.
Resolutions has some cool Dragon Ball Z fight stuff in there. Like him and Agent Smith fight at the end. It was pretty much a Dragon Ball Z fight, you know.
No, that's
just
exactly
put
what it
Goku and
was.
Vegeta in there and stuff. Agent Smith and Neo. It'd have been
Same
cool.
amount of screaming.
Right, the screaming and throwing people through walls and
Yeah.
flying up, and
All
it
that.
was actually kind of cool. Actually, like a lot of the action in the third one, like nobody really too care for the third one. I'm like, the action in the third one was actually
like,
kind of
I
decent.
think the second one is probably my favorite.
The first one,
But the first one is the most watchable.
yeah,
Like in as much as it's a part of a trilogy, the second one is my favorite.
right.
But like as far as like just watching a movie,
yeah,
there's no point rewatching any of the rest of this franchise unless you're watching the first one.
right. So, yeah. So by the time the third act came, I was like, oh, we didn't need this, but whatever, you know. And I got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to wrap this up. So I don't know what they're gonna do. And they did something at the end. I don't know if you agree with it, but I don't care. So I don't know what the other nerds gonna say. You know, they usually not of the opinion of they like what they did. They usually don't like that.
Yeah,
But I didn't care.
I don't care. Because like the way they wrapped it up, I'm like, that was kind of the original end goal of the story in the first place, and then they backed off on it to switch the narrative, and then they came back and doubled down with this one, and I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. So
Like I'm just not invested anymore. It was one thing when the trilogy was like an ongoing thing. I'm no longer invested enough to
but
care.
they could have continued the trilogy. Continued it with moving forward
Yeah.
and not going back. Now that you went back, just stop.
Yeah.
You know, I'm done now.
It's like because even like making the Matrix out to be this grand design thing, I'm like, I don't care, man. It's like,
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna wrap up. On the whole, watching this movie, I enjoyed some things. A lot of stuff. It was just a lot of callbacks, a lot of unnecessary flashes of the original.
yeah,
And it was a soft reboot in a way. And I did not enjoy the new. I ain't gonna say I didn't dislike Morpheus, but I didn't really like what they just doing with him.
I didn't see any reason for him to be Morpheus.
Yeah, no reason. That's honestly they didn't. He could have just been another character.
Yeah.
By calling him Morpheus was like, and it didn't even make sense.
No. Like even their explanation for it doesn't make sense.
Well, I kind of get it when I
Like-
think about it, yeah, but it still didn't work.
Like I mean, like mechanically, yeah, it makes sense enough. But I'm like, narratively, it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give this movie all right, and I'm being generous.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give it a whack because there's enough in there I enjoyed. But it's a shame because they actually got some good stuff there.
Yeah.
Where they could have kept it going, they could have kept this franchise going if they would have moved forward without trying to give so many callbacks. Because, like I said, characters like Bugs and even the new Morpheus could have been a fresh look, but without being Morpheus. But if they would have had Yaya in there without being Morpheus,
Well,
I'd have
like,
been cool with.
I'd even say for what they had him do in this movie, I don't understand why he wasn't like the Oracle.
Something like that.
Something
or
like
whatever.
that. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's like for as much as he fulfilled that position narratively, he would have fit better as a new Oracle than a new Morpheus.
Yeah. So I give it all right. What you give it?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an eye. The narrative just feels so scattered to me, like because clearly they didn't know what movie they were making. They just needed to make a movie.
Yeah.
Because I'll say the most damning thing I can say about this movie. Someone asked me about it this morning. I'm like, it wasn't bad.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell people is, it's worth watching once.
Yeah.
But you ain't gonna.
If
You're not gonna. I don't feel like nobody's gonna walk away from
Yeah.
it thinking like, this was better than those originals. This is a good sequel to it. Nah.
Nah. If you enjoyed the original trilogy and you like some of the other materials, like what was the Animatrix
and all that.
If you like the video games, I guess, then yeah, check this one out just so you can say you've seen everything.
Yeah. All right. That is our review for The Matrix Resurrection. That was non-spoiler, by the way.
Yeah.
Hope we didn't spoil anything. But if you like our content, if you're still around, you like our content and enjoy our videos, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can get alerts anytime we post new videos or if we live stream.
And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to drop a thumbs up down below. And don't forget to drop a comment. Let us know once you've seen the movie what you thought about it.
Yes, we out here.
Peace.